I'm Sergeant Ryan Bona. I'm the Administrative Sergeant at the Bryan Police Department, and we're here today to do a little bit of demonstration about our use of force tactics and some of the training that we provide here at the Bryan Police Department.
Sir, you have 5 active warrants. I'm going to place you under arrest. Turn around, put your hands behind your back. Okay. Give me your other hand.
So what you just saw was how most of our encounters go during an arrest procedure. The officer and the suspect both have a level of respect for each other. They're able to communicate, work together cooperatively, and we solve it with very little force applied and very minimal chance of injury for anyone involved.
Roll towards me. Be still. You have anything on you?
No.
Any weapons?
No.
Drugs?
No.
Are you injured?
No.
All right, I'm gonna sit you up. 1, 2, 3. Don't move, don't move. Stay still for me, sir. I'm gonna sit you up on this knee. You like sense?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Sir, give me your hands.
No!
Give me your hands!
No!
No! Give me your hands. Bring your head out.
No!
Bring your head out. Give me your hand.
No!
Give me your hand. You take him to custody. Go to side control. Well, the next takedown is going to be called a body fold takedown, surely because we fold him in half. So throws a punch. Boom, I come in. I literally fold him in half and walk him down. Move to a defensive position, take control of any limbs if we need, and work from there to take him into custody. Depending on the type of resistance, they may curl their arm to their center. If they do that, you immediately give them a distraction technique, get them in a transport wrist lock.
So we have what's called a use of force continuum, and that's the ladder that you're talking about. It's a chart that basically shows us if somebody responds to us in this sort of a manner, these are the options that are available to us so that we can take that person into control. The whole purpose of a use of force for us is to get somebody to stop doing something that's wrong or illegal so that we can control the situation, control the person, maybe take them to jail if that's what the situation requires. Whenever we do that, we have to make a sound judgment so that whatever we use has got to be the most reasonable application of force that we can use. We do not want it to be excessive. We want it to be the minimum amount of force possible that will allow us to achieve our objective, which is to maintain control. We don't want to hurt anybody. We don't want to get ourselves hurt. We don't want any third-party citizen on the side to get hurt. And that's why we try to use the most appropriate level of force. This is the minimum that we require to achieve our objective, which again is to maintain control.
And so
Get on the ground! Put your other hand behind your back. Put your other hand behind your back. Give me a hand. Bring it to me.
All right, anytime a police officer uses force, it's always a dynamic situation. We want it to be over as quickly as possible. That way we can minimize the chance of injury either to the citizen or to the officer themselves. As we're going through our use of force, like we demonstrated here today for you, you saw that these are trained moves that we practice often, that we put our officers through a lot of training so that they know how to apply the techniques correctly to minimize injury while we're applying them. During the use of force, it's a very dynamic and fluid situation. And during that time you saw bodies moving around. We want to be very careful that we don't do anything that could cause extra injury to either the person or to ourselves. During a use of force, it may appear like we're standing on top of someone, putting excessive pressure on them, or going to a part of the body that we really need to stay away from. However, our officers are trained that the instant they recognize that, they're to release pressure to move or to not be on that body part anymore so that we don't injure someone.